हाँ.
आणि then talk a little bit about the current names which are in front of us,
हाँ.
and then we'll go around.
Okay. So I think you are aware that in the last 2 years we had selected Dr. Abhijit Banerjee, the Nobel economist, and before that Dr. Raghuram Rajan. Unfortunately, both could not make it to receive the award. So first suggestion was that the committee may approve a slightly different method of working. That is, maybe choose two names, write to the first name and request him that this is conditional upon his accepting to receive the award in person. If he is not inclined, then we go to the second name. This is what we are thinking. If committee approves, then we'll make it a regular procedure. And this time, since we were all held up by this corona, so we could not send our letters in advance to for inviting the recommendations. Only recommendation we received was from the past recipient, that is Dr. Banerjee. He has suggested the name of Madhav Chauhan, whom I think probably most of us know. His outstanding work in Pratham and education. Then, anticipating the difficulty of getting recommendations in time, I had circulated a few names, which I will just recall again. One first name was Abhay Ashtekar, which was before the committee earlier also. He's a professor of physics, holder of Eberly Chair, Director, Institute for Gravitation and the Cosmos. He is a specialist in gravitational physics and cosmology, theoretically. The second name was circulated was that of Father Richard D'Souza, and Eric Bale, of course, is not proposed as a candidate for the award, but he is a collaborator. Father Richard D'Souza has made the discovery that the Andromeda galaxy is moving towards the Milky Way and will eventually collide with it. And eventually our galaxy will be part of this stellar halo around the Andromeda galaxy. And according to him, our galaxy had a sort of satellite revealed that 2 billion years ago, Andromeda had eaten up the neighbor of our galaxy. So, and there are researchers at the University of Michigan, and Father D'Souza is also associated with the Vatican laboratory. Then I think Gulzar, probably I did not even introduce earlier. His name was before the committee, but at that time committee was not inclined to consider him. He is a Padma Bhushan, Sahitya Academy Award winner, and he is of course a very well-known author, screenwriter, film director, film producer. So then Mr. Vivek Sawant, who was the former MD of Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited. He has been instrumental through MKCL. Over 1.25 crore learners from metros to rural areas have taken this training and obtained their MSc IT certification. And in the field of IT, about 25,000 youngsters have got jobs after the MKCL training. Mr. Sawant was involved and participated in the development of the Indian supercomputer Param. And during his tenure at CDAC, he developed the nationwide network of 20 advanced computing training schools, including one in the Chauhan Pratishthan. He has also been associated with an IT literacy campaign. Currently, he is an honorary fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Sciences, and now he has carried MKCL to to countries beyond Indian borders, to such places like Lanka, Saudi Arabia, and Dubai. There are several awards, but he is not a Padma awardee. Then Rajmohan Gandhi, I think, is rather well known. He has the unusual distinction of being the grandson of both Mahatma Gandhi and Rajgopalachari. He has written a large number of books on the leaders of the freedom struggle, including Badshah Khan. Then he has written a biography of Chakravarti Rajgopalachari, Ghaffar Khan, Vallabhbhai Patel, and he has written two books on Mahatma Gandhi. He has also written a historical account of undivided Punjab from death of Aurangzeb to the partition. He is a very well-known and very balanced writer of historical personalities. Then we have Soumya Swaminathan, who is the chief scientist now in the WHO, and she has been a graduate of Armed Forces Medical College. Then she has worked in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Children's Hospital, Los Angeles Keck School of Medicine of USC, and now she is chief scientist of WHO, and she has been quite prominent in the fight against COVID. Then Ramchandra Guha also really needs no introduction. He has written I think he has written 3 books on Mahatma Gandhi. One is Gandhi Before India, India After Gandhi, and now he has written a book called the Years Gandhi, the Years That Changed the World. This is his latest book of 2018. He's also a Padma Bhushan awardee, and of course very well known historian in India, leading historian in India at the present moment. So these are the names.
Yeah.
Madhav Chauhan somehow I missed circulating his biodata, assuming that, for one thing, of course, we had received the recommendation rather late, but I should have circulated. Unfortunately, I have not circulated that. And Shilu Srinivasan, who is unable to attend today, she has indicated that she would vote for Vivek Sawant for this year's award. So I think with this introduction, maybe we can start the meeting. We can start.
Yeah, thank you. Just one piece of information, Father Richard D'Souza, त्यांच्या nationality बद्दल do we have some confirmed information?
Confirmed information, I will just see.
Abhijit Banerjee, we made an exception, but that is because he lived in India in childhood and studied in India and whatnot.
He is a Goa, he's a native of Goa, actually. And it says that he is a researcher at the University of Michigan. But if we consider his name, then I think I will have to check
that aspect we'll need to check.
He is a Jesuit priest, and he hails from Moksha, Goa. Studied at St. Xavier's College, Mumbai.
Okay.
And doing his postdoctoral research at the University of Michigan. But still, it doesn't clearly throw light on his nationality. So But it says, even the title in that first post says, Indian scientist, Father Research D'Souza. But, newspapers can sometimes be a little loose in the use of words. So, it could be that they call Indian origin, they don't necessarily distinguish Indian origin and Indian scientist. So if he is considered, then I will go ahead only if he's
later.
He's an Indian citizen.
Yeah. Pednekar, sir?
Hola, sir.
That's it.
What is your review?
You would like to consider that?
I think पहिलं माशेलकर सरांना थोडंसं आपण सर आपण हे करा.
मी माशेलकर सरांना सगळ्यात शेवटी विचारणार होतो, but anyway we can ask him. We talked the other day. Please go ahead, sir.
Because
माशेलकर सर आपण थोडंसं मार्गदर्शन केलं तर.
Yeah. No, first of all, I would say that it is always a great privilege to be part of this committee. And I'm so happy that I've been able to see you all now.
Yes.
Otherwise, our last 3
weeks. फोनवर बोलायचं.
Almost after a year.
फक्त ती पुण्यात झाली होती मीटिंग तेव्हा आपण एकत्र होतो. त्याच्यानंतर वर्ष हे झालं. त्यामुळे तुम्हाला बघायलाच मला फार आनंद झाला. ही पहिली गोष्ट. दुसरी गोष्ट म्हणजे this is a very prestigious award. So always when I sit on such committees, I always look at the previous winners, how tall they were. All right. So when you start looking at names like Ratan Tata, Zubin Mehta, Abhijit Banerjee,
and the last two, Abhijit Banerjee and Raghuram Rajan.
Yes. So they are very tall individuals. So
really tall and almost worldwide known.
Worldwide known. So I think we have set ourselves a benchmark. So that benchmark has to be made basically, and it's not just local or Indian, but sort of global, etc. So from that perspective, I'll tell you straight away my choice. My choice is Soumya Swaminathan for a variety of reasons.
Okay.
First of all, our award should be tropical because this is the great interest today around the world. And she has made a fantastic difference, by the way, as a deputy director, not because of the post she occupies as a chief scientist, but also she has come out sort of with the ways, with complete clarity, giving directions and so on and so forth. And her impact has been absolutely enormous. She has kept everything in balance. I've known her, like our chairman also has known her, as Director General of ICMR. Her work, for example, even before that, as a scientist on tuberculosis has been phenomenal, and she has made a big difference. So she really stands tall as far as I'm concerned. The second reason is that after Mahashweta Devi, which we did 10 years ago, we are not chosen.
We are not given it to a woman for a long time.
So I think it is time that we recognize sort of a great.
She has a worldwide recognition.
Absolutely worldwide recognition.
Yeah.
Basically, what happens is that we'll also draw people. Basically, they will want to hear her because everything today, if you just
her nationality is Indian.
She's an Indian. She's married to one Dr. Yadav, who is an orthopedic surgeon. He's also Indian. Everything is Indian about her, excepting that she's in WHO. So among all those, because I don't want to talk about others and say why they should not be chosen. It is better that I come only positively and give my reasons as to why that person should be. And if there is a further discussion, then we can sort of go.
One more thing, Dr. Mashelkar. I share that, but as a contingency, would you like to identify one more name?
Yeah, I would say then Abhay Astekar. Abhay. Because if you see his scientific contribution, they're absolutely phenomenal. And these Astekar variables, etc., they are sort of worldwide known. In fact, Roger Penrose, who got the Nobel Prize, has spoken in the highest possible terms about his contributions. And I have interacted with him.
Leading specialist on loop quantum theory and whatnot.
He's
quantum gravity.
Phenomenal. He's phenomenal. So I know that both of them are scientists, but one, because of the contemporary scenario, the word is in peril, basically, and it is the question of saving the word at this point in time. I would put it this way. That comes at the priority at the moment. From that perspective, I'm saying.
Okay. Pednekar sir, you are there? I'm not able to see your picture.
Yes, sir. No, if you ask me, I fully agree with what Mashelkar sir has said. आणि जे काही आमच्याकडे पाठवलं आहे ऑफकोर्स सगळ्यांच्या डिटेल्स मला म्हणजे आय एम नॉट एबल टू फिगर आउट पण I think I fully agree with him and go with the same names in the same order.
Okay.
Good.
If I may just give another input.
Yeah.
Huh? There is what is called as the J.R.D. Tata Corporate Leadership Award. That was established after J.R.D. passed away. And the first award went to Aditya Birla posthumously. And then it went to Deepak Parekh and then Narayan Murthy. And that was the time I was doing the CSR transformation. So they looked at me as a CEO of CSR, although I'm not a businessman. And very unusually, they gave me the J.R.D. Tata Corporate Leadership Award. Now, 25-26 years have passed. I was the only scientist, by the way. This year, the J.R.D. Tata Corporate Leadership Award is going to Swaminathan. Yeah.
Yes,
because corporate is not just looked at as business. There are several sort of other issues which sort of basically influence. So till now, I was the only scientist. Now she has also come. So I'm just mentioning this because this is a sort of additional recognition. I just want to say how community is looking at her as a leader, because this is leadership.
Good. So I think we can almost converge on that.
I will ask Rupa Dai whether she has anything.
Yeah.
Huh?
Vichara.
Hello? Huh. Yeah. Mr. Vivek Sawant, MKCLJ, and Dr. Mashelkar has recommended Soumya Swaminathan as the first name. Soumya Swaminathan is the chief scientist currently with the WHO. So he has suggested Soumya Swaminathan as the first name and Abhay Ashtekar as a contingent second name. And in that context, we are pointing out that Soumya Swaminathan has been recently given the Corporate Leadership Award by the J.R.D. Tata, the trust. And he also pointed out that after Mahashweta Devi, we have not chosen any woman for this particular award. That was done twice actually. Yeah, this time we will be deciding only on this Soumya Swaminathan. Yeah. So you would agree with that recommendation of Dr. Mashelkar? Okay. Now I will ask our chairperson.
So fine. I think we can converge on that. one thing I must compliment you, Kale Sahib. These names are very good. In fact, they are all very respectable and quite well-known names in their respective fields. And they have their own impact. So I think we recognize that part. There is no question there. I also want to talk a little bit about Vivek Sawant. You said Mrs. Shilu Srinivasan had kind of
Has recommended her.
has recommended.
Yeah.
So now I know Vivek quite well because I'm also associated with MKCL, and I always been considering Vivek as a phenomenon. That is quite apart from his work related to the Param and then CDAC activities, including what you mentioned about the activity in Pratishthan. But MSCIT, which is of course the largest brand of MKCL, but there are several. For example, there is a program on Click, essentially on livelihoods and skilling.
Yeah, Greek courses.
And that are becoming very popular, and that is creating a lot of job opportunities.
Okay.
And they also have a finishing school, MKCL finishing school, which, for example, along with industry corporates, they take students at +2 level, and then they are put in the corporate like an apprentice. But while they are working with the corporate, they are also fed with content through Open University model, YCMOU particularly. And they complete the requirements over a period of 3 years. They complete the requirements of the degree from that Open University.
That's wonderful.
And at the same time, the corporates, and there is always, as a part of this, there is a mentor identified from the corporate to take care of the academic support. And then, of course, the course delivery and other things, MKCL does that. And the experience, this is going on for last 3 years. The experience is there is 100% employment. These people, they join as apprentices at +2 level. 3 years down the line, they get a degree, and there is no promise of a job upfront, but the experience is everybody gets a job. So, and that model is actually growing. Now, recently, as a result of this pandemic, there was this school education. Dr. Mashilkar knows it too well. There is this crisis about children not being able to attend school. Now, many places, of course, the online education schools have started. And wherever either the school or the student and the parents or the families have the resources, this is going on, which is, of course, only to be expected. But the challenge is, large part of rural Maharashtra, there is no connectivity. And also, even in urban Maharashtra, the poor families, and of course in rural Maharashtra, they don't have access to smartphones. So they cannot really benefit from online examination. And there was a lot of discussion internally within MKCL that, and then we figured out that while online education is the future, but it is not an effective solution if you particularly take inclusivity as an important criteria, then we actually don't have, that is not the solution. And so Vivek had devised a complete solution, in my view, for kind of delivery of school education through the use of television channels. And he had actually said that you do it in a manner that you have some days of the week students go to the school, and other days of the week they take these classes on television, and by this rotation, they could cut down the number of students in the school at a time, so you can maintain the physical distancing criteria. At the same time, you could also leverage school teachers for that mentoring support, because just online with no teacher or person in the loop is not a very healthy way of teaching. So, and then there was also a plan to do a sort of the so-called education administration, in the sense, follow through their performance, carry out their evaluation. And there is a lot of things where the workload on teachers can be brought down significantly through technology. And there the student is not involved, so that doesn't affect the quality of education, but management of education becomes very, very efficient. Unfortunately, that didn't really go through. So, but in spite of that, at MKCL Knowledge Foundation decided that they will go through the, in fact, they hired the television channels, they paid the money for television, and they ran the serial Tilimili, which was very, very popular. In fact, you have to only see the response of the parents and teachers and students to believe. Now, it has not fulfilled the entire expectation, because there is, of course, resource limitation. A single organization cannot do so much of kind of non-business activity. But the point I'm making is he is a very innovative person in terms of doing this. I must also inform you that even this Pradhan Mantri Grama Sadak Yojana, which was there in Atal Bihari Vajpayee's time, its basic design was carried out by Vivek, and then he made the whole thing, and then it became a Gram Sadak Yojana, which was very, very successful. So there are many aspects to his, and the important thing is the point is MKCL is a company; it has to earn profit. And in spite of that, they are doing so much of social transformation agenda, which is having a lot of impact. So there is some substance in Vivek Sawant. I think same thing is true with Madhav Chauhan, Pratham. I know there are views around that. But I think Pratham has done the job of showing the mirror in terms of what's happening in school education in the country. And they have shown that mirror with a great credibility. And of course, they have other activities to support school education. They have international recognition in terms of their credibility. Of course, there are other opinions about that also. But I think the contribution they have made is not small. So now coming back to Vivek Sawant.
Add something?
Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. I know Vivek very well, right from his early days in SIDAC.
Yeah.
And I'm a great admirer of his, by the way.
Yeah.
In fact, when the Chief Minister started discussing on all these issues, when to open the school, what to do, etc., and he was going to have a meeting of the experts, I said, get Vivek in. He's the guy. So I got him involved in that.
I know. I am fully aware of that.
He's a fantastic guy and such fantastic commitment. It is absolutely incredible. I totally agree with you. That's not an issue at all. And now, as far as this fellow is concerned,
Madhav.
Pratham, they have also done a great job, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm aware of their models. Both of them stand very tall.
Okay.
I think the only issue is that we have raised the level of this to such an extent. So therefore, there becomes sometime or other we have to recognize that people who are making that societal difference in India
exactly
have to sort of.
So I have a suggestion for Kale sir. And that suggestion is, see, in the Pratishthan, we have a national award and we have also a state award.
Yeah.
Now, state award is being looked after by some other committee, so we have no role there. But somebody like Vivek Sawant, see, the point is he tall enough to be considered on par with other names that we have recommended in past is one issue. And secondly, the question is, since Pratishthan is in this space more or less, and I know Vivek Sawant has done several there is a close link between him and Pratishthan and its activities. So we can only make a suggestion. It's for the other committee to really decide. But is it possible that the other committee would be willing to consider Vivek Sawant for the state award?
The committee has already made a recommendation.
No, not this year. I'm not talking about this year.
For
next year.
Certainly he can be. In fact, I think
so, as a recommendation going
less than what he deserves. He deserves a national award.
I know, but
I have one more suggestion. If he agrees, you see, first name we are going to give that of Soumya Swaminathan.
That is clear. I think no issue.
Second name we still have a choice. So if the committee agrees, we could give second name Vivek Sawant instead of Mr. Ashtekar. So this is a possibility. Of course, Soumya Swaminathan most probably will not have any difficulty in attending personally, but we don't know. That does happen, then
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that because this is a very important issue. See, what has happened is that because of COVID, the year 2020 has been written off completely. The remaining part, etc., just forget about it.
Yeah.
January, the Science Congress was there. They have postponed it. All the events like our Jamnalal Bajaj Awards, where both are involved, we have done away with that. Although it was in the early phase of
COVID
21. All right. And number of conferences, etc., that I know, they are not going to do physical. So what is happening is that the early part of 2021, people are writing off as far as gathering of 50 plus more people are concerned. Get the point. Secondly, there is this uncertainty about second wave. Because, still it is a damn unknown, like Europe. Now is having the second wave. Israel was all clean and they had a full close down. So these are the things that are actually happening. So there are a lot of uncertainties. And this has become a norm. That's number one. Secondly, of course, there is no substitute to physical meeting. Physical meeting has its limitations in terms of the number of people who attend. All right, we are limited by the Yashodhara Pratishthan capacity, etc. But what is happening in my own experience, and I'm sure it is Anil's as well as Suhas's experience also, the attendance that you get is huge, and you get international attendance. For example, our Marico Innovation Foundation Awards we used to have in NCPA, we were limited by that capacity. This year we went global, we held it digitally, and there were 3,500 plus people. And many of them attended from abroad, 10 to 12 countries. So what has happened, your reach expands enormously and you do it at a very low cost, very frankly. And people have now sort of got used to it. So I think what we might want to do is that, consider this, we may not do it in 2022, but in 21, if we now take a decision that it is going to go sort of virtual, basically, we have already taken a sort of a decision. And then the matter becomes very different indeed. You get my point. Then the question of them not attending just doesn't come up. Because then also the function is such that many times to avoid the uncertainty, people are doing pre-recording. Get the point. But you go through the other normal processes. So it is a mix as a matter of fact. Something is live, something is not. Like, we did the Reliance regime. I can't compare Reliance regime, but I'm just saying. Reliance AGM was always limited by the capacity of Birla Matoshi Sabhagrah, right? This year we decided to go virtual. Do you know how many people attended and from how many countries? From 40 countries, 350,000 plus attended. That is the reach, as a matter of fact. Depends, of course, on the platform that you use and so on and so forth. So I would make three statements. The first is, let us take 2021 as an exceptional year. And rather than living with the uncertainties, if we take a proper decision right now, it will help us. That's number one. Number two, I would strongly support this year as a virtual. Next year we go back once normalcy comes to the sort of
So
normal.
in March, we expect to actually have a regular physical meeting in March.
Yeah, you know, you are expecting in March. What I'm saying is that I have my own doubts whether you will have the sort of the wherewithal vis-a-vis the regulation at that time to get 1,000 people or 500 people. I have my own doubts.
Yeah. Apart from that, our experience of holding our meeting of the board was not very happy with about 50 or 100 people on Zoom. So we thought that we will have a small audience, but we will keep it as a face-to-face thing, because somewhere the award has to be given. Now the giving of award to a person, to do it virtually, it's okay. IIT also has done it very recently, but we were not very happy with that idea. So we proposed to hold on the 25th November function in our auditorium,
25th March.
and by keeping all the social distance, etc. So we will have at the most maybe 50 to 100 people. So the other thing we have to reckon with is people are still not willing to go and attend meetings in public places. So we may not even get very high number of persons.
No, I'll tell you.
But of course, on virtual platform, these restrictions.
No issue at all. See, what I'm saying is that what you say is right. What I'm saying is that look at 2021 as an exceptional year. We are still in a transition phase.
Yeah.
In March this year, we are still in a transition phase. That's the point I'm trying to make. March is not very far off.
So you are suggesting a paradigm change from
Paradigm
21-22.
living with the ground reality. Then the chance of Swaminathan saying no is impossible. I'll personally talk to her. Neil knows her. We'll personally talk to her. You get my point. So it depends upon. And see the scope. Just now somebody is sort of coming to me. Tomorrow I am addressing Biocon. They are what is called as an inspirational talk. 10,000 people.
So but I would have one request, if you can talk to Soumya Swaminathan, because I am sure that this will be accepted by Mr. Pawar, what we are recommending.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Can you sound her on acceptance and attendance on 12th of March next year?
I'll be happy to do that.
Because otherwise I will have to write to her and writing and other things.
I will do that. I will do that. That's not a problem at all. That as a member of the committee and somebody who is close to Pratishthan, it is my duty to do that. I'll be happy to.
And next year we will certainly consider your suggestion. If our committee also agrees, maybe we'll try it out.
So, if I understand you right, Kale Sahib, this year you are that is 12th of March 2021. You are talking about a physical function or a
physical function
physical function.
12th of March.
Oh, then you expect her.
No, but that is not what Dr. Mashelkar is saying.
No, sorry, she will not come. I put it to you in writing, she will not come. Just forget about it. But if you give her in the digital space, I can persuade her to accept it.
But she will accept only a virtual appearance.
Yes, I can tell you that.
Okay. So we will have to think about
Actually,
March we have not taken any decision. About 20th November, we have taken a decision to hold a physical meeting and try it out. because
मी बोलू का एक मिनिट सर?
हा बोला ना.
नाही नाही, मला वाटतं असं की कन्सिडरिंग द करंट सिच्युएशन आणि हाऊ लॉंग इट विल गो ऑन, नो वन नोज. And everywhere, I think all such meetings, whether it's a felicitation or otherwise, are held virtually. And what I think Mashawekar sir has said, there is a very good response coming from every corner of the world, rather than where we have such meetings with the physical mode. आणि हे असं असल्यामुळे why can't we even promote and propose ki this coming 12th March functions can be a virtual mode.
I told you that we have not taken any decision about 12th March.
हा, पण ते आपण रिक्वेस्ट करू शकतो का? कारण इथे एक तर ज्यांना आपण निवडू त्यांचेही येण्याची शक्यता जर कमी असेल बिकॉज ऑफ दिस कोविड प्रॉब्लेम, मग कुठेतरी ते मला ते सगळं फंक्शन म्हणा किंवा हे सिलेक्शन थोडं डायल्यूट होऊन जाईल. आणि त्याच्यासाठी व्हर्च्युअल मोड आपण एक कमिटी म्हणून सजेस्ट करू,
कमिटी म्हणून रेकमेंड करूया.
करेक्ट. आणि
बिफोर आवर बोर्ड and if they approve, then we will go virtual.
काय होते माहितीये का, people are unwilling to even go by public transport. It has become so bad. Yeah, that is why private sector cars sale has gone up. People are scared to travel. People are scared to do that. On the other day, I had to give a convocation address in Ahmedabad, one university. The fellow did not come by plane. He drove all the way because he wanted to be alone. 8 hours coming, 8 hours going.
I see.
That is the psychology. See, for example, just now within 3 weeks, I am supposed to be in Paris. Of course, I can't go because now there are restrictions. But even otherwise, I had said no because for that one meeting, I'm losing a couple of lakhs. But I have said I will not come.
Yeah. There are definite advantages in having a
आणि हे म्हणजे आता सायकोलॉजिकल मेकअपच असं आहे, पीपल आर नॉट वॉन्टिंग टू टेक रिस्क ऍट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम. हा, पब्लिक प्लेसेस मध्ये यायचं लोक टाळतायत.
आणि मला वाटतं लास्ट इयर रेसिपिएंट वॉज व्हर्च्युअल, यू कुड नॉट अटेंड, राईट?
ऍक्च्युली
मीटिंग फिजिकल.
प्रॉब्लेम असा आहे की असे वेन यू आर गिव्हिंग द अवॉर्ड and particularly when you are holding a physical meeting for award presentation ceremony, and there have been occasions, even in past, there have been occasions where the recipient could not come, and so we had done a sort of presentation in absentia, and तसं केलेलं आहे, नाही असं नाही. पण आता काय झालंय की ते it is becoming a rule rather than an exception. And that I very strongly feel that we should break that. कारण otherwise म्हणजे मला स्वतःलाच ते थोडंसं दास्तय आतमधून की we are giving awards to people and they don't even come. Now they don't come because of obviously there are problems, genuine problems. That's a different story. But we cannot make that a rule. It should be more an exception, and exceptions we have been always making. पण आता दोनदा तीनदा झाल्यानंतर आता मला वाटतं we should break that. So that was the main thing which I am struggling.
But Dr. Mashirkar is saying that even if you choose Soumya Swaminathan, she is unlikely to come on 12th of March.
No, but that is my point, that I think Soumya Swaminathan is a, there need be no discussion about her choice about her. But I also have some doubt whether she will be able to come.
Hey, this particular year being an exceptional COVID year, त्याच्यासाठी म्हणून एक्सेप्शन आपण कन्सिडर.
Our people also want to see these brilliant personalities in person actually.
नाही, आणि also the question is आता 25 नोव्हेंबरला there will be a state award.
Yeah.
Now it is of course the Pratishthan's decision how to conduct that ceremony and that kind of. We can only make a recommendation which we should. But that meeting is going to be physical.
Yeah. It is like we are also experimenting in a way, and that that award has been given to Lok Hitwadi Mandal, established by Kusumagraj in 1950
Oh, wonderful.
Acha.
in
Oh,
What,
Nashik.
what a wonderful guy.
Now, sir, these people from this kind of an organization, they also welcome an opportunity of being on this our podium and receiving it
yeah,
personally from Mr. Sharad Pawar.
yeah,
So we thought that we should provide that opportunity and see how spectators also respond. Will we
yeah.
get sufficient number of people
हे
to
पहा
attend?
अवश्य पहा. माझ्या मते अवश्य करावं, त्याच्याबद्दल प्रश्न नाहीये.
Hmm.
My only
So,
hesitation is about our social responsibility also, to be honest.
correct. Absolutely.
Of everybody.
So,
वेगळी
I
जबाबदारी
want to,
कारण आपण हे करतो फिजिकल करायचं म्हणून, पण त्याच्यामुळे जरी एक जरा तिकडे कोविडचा हे असला ना, तो 3 आणि तो 3चा 9 आणि 9चे 27 होतात. यू हॅव सीन ऍज अ मॅटर ऑफ फॅक्ट. सो इट इज अवर सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. जे वाचायचं असेल तर इथे ते वाचायला पाहिजे की आपण फिजिकल मिटिंग घेतल्यामुळे त्यातल्या कोणी, आणि वृद्ध लोक येतात, ही लोक येतात, व्हलनरेबल लोक येतात.
And actually, one doesn't know who is attending.
हा, आणि काळे साहेब एक सांगू का, मला काळजी काय झाली आहे की इव्हन पीपल हु आर व्हेरी सेफ, लक्षात आलं की नाही, देव गॉड. आता आमचे एक डॉक्टर शिवराम म्हणून आहेत एनसीएलचे फॉर्मर डायरेक्टर. अहो, जर तुम्ही जगातल्या 5 सेफेस्ट लोकांची नावं मला सांगायला सांगितली, मी ते एक म्हणेन. इतके केअरफुल आहेत ते. ते कशाला जायचे, त्याच्याकडे कोणी भेटायला यायचं नाही, फक्त टॉयलेटला वगैरे जायचे, मास्क लावून नेहमी असायचे. ड्रायव्हरला सुद्धा त्यांनी गुड बाय केला. आणि ए मध्ये 12 दिवस होते कोविड झाल्यामुळे. यू गेट माय पॉइंट, बिकॉज ऑफ द असिम्प्टोटिक केस. आणि तुम्ही कुठे टॉयलेटला गेला, हात कोणाचा लागला असेल आणि तुम्ही वॉश केलं नाही, डोळ्याला लावला की झालं असं. म्हणजे काय होतंय की द वे पीपल आर कॅचिंग दिस अप, म्हणजे इतका संसर्गजन्य रोग आहे हा.
So you are strongly in favor of having our 12th March function as virtual.
माझ्या मते तर 2020 राईट ऑफ झाले. आजच आमची तुम्हाला सांगतो, एशियन इकॉनॉमिक डायलॉग म्हणून आमचा एक आहे, सुरू केलाय गेल्या वर्षापासून मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेअर्स. आपल्याला कल्पना असेल, पुणे इंटरनॅशनल सेंटर, मी त्याचा अध्यक्ष आहे आणि डॉक्टर विजय केळकर उपाध्यक्ष आहेत. कळलं का? आणि आमचा हा दरवर्षी असतो. गेल्या वर्षी 200 लोक आली होती. कळलं की नाही, त्याला संबंध याच्यामध्ये 12 देशांमधून आली होती. दिस टाइम, ऑल्दो वी आर इन नोव्हेंबर, वी ऑलरेडी टेकन अ डिसिजन, ऑल्दो इट इज ऑन February 27, that it will be virtual. You are talking about March, I am talking about February 27, म्हणजे ऑलमोस्ट मार्च. आणि वी युनॅनिमसली डिसाइडेड. आज मीटिंग झाली, आरबीआयचे फॉर्मर गव्हर्नर होते, आमचे अँबॅसॅडर्स वगैरे सगळे, विजय केळकर वगैरे सगळे होते, आणि वी हॅव टेकन डिसिजन. देयर इज अ कम्प्लीट क्लॅरिटी ऑन दॅट. तर हे आपण विचार करा, कारण आपली स्वतःची ही जबाबदारी आहे. नॉट पुटिंग अदर्स ॲट रिस्क.
As I told you about March, we have not taken any decision.
yeah.
Naturally,
So shall we say the following? Let us say our number one, our choice is Dr. Soumya Swaminathan. And then we recommend that we hold the meeting on 12th March on in online meeting, virtual mode. We hold that meeting. आणि of course availability will check, but virtual meeting मध्ये त्यांच्या availabilityचा काही प्रॉब्लेम नसावा. Now, just in case the meeting has to be held, and it's our recommendation that the meeting should be held online, considering the COVID situation and all. And there are merits of online meeting. Now, if the Pratishthan thinks that that meeting must be physical, then there is a doubt whether she will be able to attend or not. That we'll need to check with her.
Rupa Shah has to say something.
नाही.
आपल्याला काय सांग? Please. Yeah, please go ahead.
हाँ, देवी प्रसाद, आप कहाँ हैं अभी? मैं डॉक्टर माशेलकर बोल रहा हूँ. गुड इवनिंग.
हा.
सर मला एक 5:30 ला मीटिंग आहे.
तो संपूया आपण.
हो,
अनदर
चालेल.
अनदर 5-10
तो
मिनट्स
पूछा
आराम
ये
से संपूया.
भैरवी होटल किसी को भी पूछना हो, ग्रीन बोर्ड है बड़ा, इसीलिए हाँ हाँ तो वही, हाँ तो उसी गली में आ जाना. ABCD D, हाँ D पहले बंगा, ABCD 4th lane. या ठीक है. All right. And call me if you have difficulty.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. 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 Oh. 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 So, oh. So, ठीक है. मला वाटतं you are only supporting the recommendation of the other members that she should be the first candidate that we have in view, and secondly, since she will otherwise find it difficult to attend, so we should hold the 12th March meeting on a virtual platform. So she has no difficulty in attending it and accepting the award on the virtual platform. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. So that we have to relegate it to background and ठीक है. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So do we now close the discussion?
नहीं, so we have to discuss the second name. So first name is very clear, so that settles it. Second name, of course, Abhay Ashtekar is also a very tall scientist.
Yeah.
And we had discussed his name earlier. I think we should also see. We discussed Dhurandhar also at one stage.
Yeah.
And they, it's not identical, but they belong to same area of scientific research, more or less.
Dhurandhar from the gravitational waves.
Yeah. Abhay Ashtekar also works on gravitational. He works on other areas also, other areas of astronomy, But he, in fact, I know Abhay only in the context of locating LIGO in India. So I know both of them quite well, Soumya Swaminathan as well as Abhay Ashtekar. So, but whatever are the issues in terms of attendance with respect to Soumya Swaminathan, I think same issues are likely to arise in case of Abhay Ashtekar also.
Sure.
So it's my suggestion. Let me turn to Dr. Mashelkar. My suggestion, Dr. Mashelkar, is that we say our recommendation is Soumya Swaminathan. We will check her availability, and we also recommend that we hold this meeting in virtual mode, so that her attending would be easier. We could have larger participation. Now, just in case, so this is the recommendation. Just in case that is not possible for whatever reason, the chance of Soumya not being available on that day may be very small, but that can be adjusted. But also the question of Pratishthan not wanting to hold the meeting in virtual mode, if that be so. So, Dr. Mashelkar, I would recommend in that case, instead of taking Abhay Ashtekar, because where there are same kind of issues will arise. So instead of doing that, then we take Vivek Sawant.
I have no problem.
so that
I think very highly of him. There is
You
no
would
issue.
have no difficulty
Yeah.
in attending in any case.
yeah.
No issue.
So
Suhas,
that
you
is
ask you all
roughly.
questions. Suhas?
Sorry,
Yeah. Actually,
Suhas. Yeah.
yeah, my as per whatever I decided, my third choice was Vivek Sawant. But yes, I
Okay.
think we can consider him. I also know him and know his contribution especially. So very well, and we'll go ahead with that.
I think that's a very pragmatic solution.
Yeah. So our decision is Soumya Swaminathan.
Yeah.
Our also strong recommendation is online meeting on that day.
Yeah.
Now, if for some reason this does not work out, then we fall back on Vivek Sawant.
Yeah. And Dr. Mashelkar, you will let me know after
Yeah,
talking
I will have to get her contact details. I'll get them.
नाही पण मला वाटतं डॉक्टर माशेलकर बिफोर वी चेक विथ सौम्या तुम्ही आधी पवार साहेबांना विचारून प्रतिष्ठानचं ठरवून घ्या.
Yeah. By the way,
कारण
I will do
कारण
that.
असं आहे की
It's clear.
त्या म्हणाल्या की हो मला चालेल आणि मग आपण म्हटलं की आपल्याला ऑनलाईन मीटिंग नाही चालणार तर देन इट विल बिकम कॅश 22.
ठीक आहे.
सो तुम्ही आधी लेट देर बी ए कंडिशनल डिसिजन ऑफ प्रतिष्ठान नॉट टू बी अनाउन्स्ड. Then we'll check with Soumya.
Okay.
And so in that sequence we will do.
Correct. I agree.
That's the correct sequence actually.
No, that's the
Yeah.
correct way to do it. Correct way to do it.
ठीक आहे.
And in case we have to fall back, then we fall back on Vivek Sawant.
Yeah. So, okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Done. Thank you. Thanks to
Unfortunately,
everybody.